so today's video is a little bit different. This is going to be for those of you who desire to be successful in life. So if that is not you, then I'm not offended if you just click out of the video. But this is an interview with my dear friend from the UK, Queen Chioma, and she is a success coach, a motivational speaker, and recently an author. And I'll be doing a giveaway at the end of the video, so please be sure to stay tuned. But we talk a little bit about what success looks like, what success means, how can we be successful, how can we ensure our success. And so I really think that this is going to be beneficial for some of you. And now it is a long video, so just beware. But again, I think that there's a lot of value to it, and you can watch it, you know, when you're doing your hair, or, you know, grab a cup of coffee and some fruit and sit down and just watch the video. Take some notes, because there's some great things that she gives out for free, okay? And follow me on Blab if you haven't already, because I will be doing more interviews in the future with other people who I think can definitely add value to your life and your businesses. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, please stay tuned to the end, because I'll be doing a giveaway, and I will see you in just a little bit. Hi, Queen. Okay, yeah, you know what?
I think I couldn't find
that one. I'm like at this, but there you are. Yeah, I had to like redo it. Fine, because I'll, you know, download all this and then you know, post it up on YouTube and everything too. So sorry about
thank you so much. I think you have two Blabs.
Yeah, I think I do too, which is sad, but I don't know what to do about that.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me onto your Blab. I'm really excited. Sorry, my chair's squeaky.
Yeah, so I already gave a little bit of a brief introduction about who you are to everybody who is viewing. And again, I will, you know, download this and then upload it to my YouTube channel, because that, for me, is the largest platform that I have. And I really want to make sure that as many people see you as possible.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm really grateful to be here, and I can't wait to interact with you all and to be able to add value to your viewers or your listeners. And what.
Yeah. I know that you're going to be adding a ton of value, because some of these questions that I'm going to ask you are actually questions that I've been asked as well. And so I think that getting a few different answers to the same question is really, really helpful. So why don't you share a little bit about yourself and who you are to everybody that will be watching?
Brilliant. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Queen, and I'm known as Chioma, which is actually Chioma in the Nigerian way. So for anybody that's not British, they will know that, or yeah, anyone that's Nigerian, they'll say straight away, don't say Chioma. So yeah, so the whole thing that I do really is I'm a motivational speaker, international one. So I speak at different schools, colleges, universities, seminars, conferences, and I also do lots of TV presenting as well, and singing, along with, you know, I did beauty pageants. I competed in some pageants, and then I ended up setting up my own beauty pageant. So I feel like, you know, I started off just with this big dream of being like an actress, and then from there it was, okay, I want to do singing, and it just all developed from one thing to the next. And, you know, I just really, really love the idea of using my gifts and talents. And I think that when I started to use my gifts and talents, so many doors opened for me, and I just noticed that people kept booking me for one thing or another. And that's why I ended up doing different things. Like one minute I was singing, the next minute it was TV presenting, then it was, would you know, want to enter this pageant? And then it was entering pageants to the pageant, having my own pageant. And then, you know, people would book me to write for their magazine, or it could be to speak at their conference in a different country like Turkey. And so I just noticed that, you know, when you use your gifts and talents, doors open for you. So that's my kind of story.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about that. So I know Marie Forleo talks about this, and being, you know, having sort of like multiple passions and then really harnessing those and just doing it all. So tell me a little bit about how that comes across to other people, and then how, because I know for me, for example, I do many things also. And so when people ask me, well, what do you do? That's sort of the question of the hour, and you're like, okay, well, what don't I do? So tell me about how you handle that question. When people say, well, what do you do? What is your elevator pitch? How do you give it to them in like 30 seconds?
Oh my God, that is, yeah, I've had that same problem. I think it depends who I speak to. I must admit, it depends who I speak to. So if I speak to somebody that I think could be a potential contestant, I would say, hi, I'm a former beauty queen turned pageant director. I'm a beauty pageant director of one of the UK's largest pageants, one of the most successful ones. And so, yeah, so that's how I would say if I was talking to somebody like that. But if I was talking to somebody in the media, I would say I'm a TV presenter / motivational speaker. So I would pitch it in that way. And then if I'm speaking to somebody that's a bit artistic, I would say I'm a singer, songwriter. So I think it is definitely based on who I'm speaking to. Sometimes I just say all of it. I just say, yeah, my name is Queen. I'm an international motivational speaker, singer, success coach, TV presenter, the director of UK's Dazzling Beauty, and a former beauty queen. So sometimes I just do like that.
See, that was really good in like such a short amount of time. I always get a little stressed out when people ask me. I'm like, oh gosh, like what do I say
now? Yes, yeah, definitely. My mother says to me sometimes, she says, "You don't know what to say, do you? You don't know." And yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's true, I don't.
I love that. I love that. Hi, everybody, to those of you who've joined, and thanks so much for the claps. We love claps. So, Okay, so you are a success coach. The clients that you work with, tell us about those clients and what you help them to accomplish.
Okay, so I think basically I do. Sorry, I promise everyone I'm sitting on a book. That's why I keep squeaking. I'm trying to make sure I'm not too short because I really. Well, basically what it is that, yeah, I do success coaching, and my whole dream and aspiration and desire with my success coaching is to help people to achieve their goals, dreams, and aspirations. Now that sounds very general, but the truth is we do in life, people do have goals, dreams, and aspirations, and everyone's goals, dreams, and aspirations are personal to them. So my clients, I believe that they are entrepreneurial. Some of them have nothing to do with entrepreneurialism. Some of them just want to do well in their career and they want to shine in their career. Some of them want to travel around the world. Some of them want to use their creative talents such as singing, dancing, or acting. So I just help people to develop the confidence and charisma to go after those dreams and goals. Nobody has to fit into a box of, oh, I must be a doctor to be successful, I have to be an accountant, I have to be everything that people want me to be. You have your own desire and your dreams and goals. If you're writing your goals and dreams down every day, then I believe that you know what they are. And I'm here to help my clients to start using their talents, to use those gifts, and just to have the confidence to go after their dreams. And like I said, our dreams are all it's a subjective matter. So success is not objective, it's actually subjective. So we have one person could think, oh my god, my dream life is to live on a farm and to be able to milk cows all day. Another person's dream of success, or their vision of success, is I want to live in Hollywood with a mansion. So yeah, right. So that's what I want. I want to find out, what do you want to achieve, and I want to help you to get there. I want to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you to go for your dreams. And I think that on my own small scale, like for where I am right now in my life, I feel like I've done some of that. I've gone after some of my own dreams. So I'm not somebody that's just saying, oh, you can do it, but I haven't done it myself. Like, I feel like, of course I want to do so much more, but I have done some of the things I really want to do in life. I've taken lots of risks and really gone for my dreams. So, I know that I'm in some way a role model to some of those, young girls and women or guys out there that really want to achieve some great things.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, the great thing about you being a success coach and why you're so inspirational is that you have actually done a lot of, you've created your own success, and, you really took what you love to do and now you're able to teach it to other people. And I think that that is amazing. I think that, your following is fantastic. And that's why your following loves you, is because they see that not only are you, just somebody that's talking the talk, but you actually walk the walk. So you're able to, really give people tips, valuable information that's able to help them, because these are things that you've used yourself, right?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for the claps, everybody, and for the lovely words. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I kind of, in a way, I do record my success. Like, I look at, like, maybe in the past I never used to, and that's probably why I didn't really notice much of what I was achieving. Because I think if you don't pay attention to something, it's a bit like money. If you don't really pay attention to the money you get, it could just, it won't really grow. But if you start paying attention, how much money do I receive? Or whether it be, what good things are going on in my life. So I started to take note of, okay, how many cities have I been to? Or how many certificates do I have? Or how many crowns do I want? Not just to be vain, but just so that I could have the confidence. And, you know, and then I started to stack. I started to add more things to it. Like, oh my God, I won that. Let me try and win one more. Or, oh, I achieved the certificate. Let me try and achieve another certificate. So it became like something I wanted to build on. And I love what Jessica Simpson says. I know that, you know, she may not necessarily be everybody's cup of tea when it comes to success. But one thing she said, a quote that I really admired, is she said she never wants to get to the top, because if she does, she will never, there's nowhere else to go, but she wants to always go, you know, up a mountain, like, or up the ladder of success, so that you're always climbing and you just always growing. And that's how I feel about success.
Yeah, thanks so much for the claps, guys. You guys rock. So I'm not like shutting people out on purpose, but we just have a very short amount of time with Queen. So I want to make sure that we get all the questions that we have answered. Okay, so when it comes to success, the next question, when it comes to success, what would you say is the most important step? Like, in order to begin, like, you're like, okay, I want to be successful. What is the first step? Like, what is the first thing that you, when you meet with your clients, what is generally the first thing that you work with them on, that you're finding? I
think that's such a great question, Tracy. And I think it really does boil down to, what do you want to achieve? And I think the way that I really want them to get crystal clear on what they want to achieve, because sometimes it can be very vague. And, you know, I don't know who said it, but vague, you know, vague wishes or vague dreams, vague goals produce vague results. So, I mean, Terry Seville Foy, who's one of the greatest success coaches out there, she said that, you know, most people start off with the new year and they say this. They say, oh my God, I want to lose weight and I want to buy a house and I really want to travel to new places and I want to meet wonderful people and eat delicious food in different restaurants. That, like she said, that no wonder why most of them don't achieve their goals, because those are so vague. Whereas if someone says, you know, I want to visit 3 countries this year, it's really specific. I want to visit 3 countries this year. I want to become an author of a have a book out that makes me a best-selling author. I want to win a specific award and so on and so forth. If it gets that specific, even if they don't achieve it, they could go close to that goal, or they could attract something around the goal. So if, like, for example, they may say, oh, I want to achieve a first-class degree, but maybe they don't achieve the first, but they may achieve a 2-1 instead. Or they may have one first in their coursework. So they may not have got the overall first, but they did achieve 1 first. So if you know what you want, you're gonna. And I remember Alex Speeden. I remember I watched her on Periscope, and she basically set herself a goal to hit 1 million hearts on Periscope. Now that was that was very, very, very big goal, because she was new on Periscope. But I'm telling you, because she had such a strong intention, 2 weeks later she had achieved her goal, and it was like something that seemed impossible. It's like somebody wanting to have a
that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so it just goes to show, if you're clear. Sorry.
Yeah, the specificity, guys. Listen, if you want to be successful or you want to accomplish a goal, listen to what Queen is saying. You have to be clear on what you want. Don't just say, oh, I want to be successful, because again, like she said earlier, you know, success to one person may be milking cows all day, and success to another person may be living the Hollywood life. So be specific about what you want. And I find in working with people that that's usually, it is where they falter. They don't know what they want. They know what they don't want. I think that a lot of people spend a ton of time figuring out what they don't want. Like, I don't want, you know, to live here. I don't want this job. I don't want this person in my life. But no one really sits and thinks about, what is it that they want, right?
Exactly.
So when it comes to really gaining clarity on what we want, what are some tips that you can give people so that they can ask themselves maybe some questions, or if maybe there's a survey, or maybe there's something out there? What are some tools and tips that you can give them on how they can get more clear and more focused?
Okay, well, that's such a great question. One of the things I would suggest is, number one, some of their success habits. I mean, this is in a way a bit different from what people would say, but I think that people should start with their success habits. So they should try and incorporate something to make them be the best version of themselves every day. Tracy Timberlake calls this the daily routine. Jack Canfield will call this the five. What's the word? Sorry, give me 1 second. The rule of five.
Nope, you're.
And John Maxwell calls it the rule of five as well. Yeah. So basically, what this is all about is where you choose. It doesn't have to be 5 things, but you choose 5 things where you decide you're going to do them every single day. So it could be exercise for 10 minutes every day, positive affirmations every day, reading a book for 20 minutes every day,
right,
making 3 sales calls every day, and then the 5th one might be something like washing and blow drying your hair every day. Now, the reason why you do it every day is because if you were to try and cut down a tree, like let's say you had a big tree and you use the axe and you just hit it 5 times, that tree will eventually fall down. But if you try and do it like 12 times here and then you don't do it for 2 weeks and you try again, it's just a mess, you know. The tree ain't going to come down. So basically, I actually, instead of saying something like, I really believe you need to know what you want and you need to write it all down, that is something that I definitely believe and it's true. And, you know, I could say that, but I want to say something that I think will get you quicker results. And I believe if you actually bring in this idea of the rule of 5 into your life, you will get so sharp that you will attract success, because success is something that you attract by becoming an attractive person. And that's what Jim Rohn says. And that's his quote. So I want to let you know that if you start working on yourself, if you go, like, basically he said, if you work more on yourself than you do on your job or your career, you'll earn, you'll earn a fortune. But if you just work on your career, you can earn, you earn money, but you won't really earn the fortune that is there if you work on yourself. So when you do those success habits, basically what happens is you'll start to notice more ideas will come to your mind. You'll start to stand out more. You'll have more energy. You will love yourself more. It's like if you do, like, for example, I love to paint my nails. That's something I want my nails painted all the time. And it's really cute. Even if they're not like, going to the nail shop, even if it's just me doing it myself. But if that makes me feel good and I go out and I'm the best version of me just because my nails are painted, can you imagine how I'm going to show up in such a great way? Like, I'm going to go to, when I see people, I won't be like, oh no, I need to hide my nails or whatever it is. So what are those things that you should be doing every day? If you can start with something as basic as that, you will start to see that you will stand out more at work. You will be promoted in your career, or whether it be you will meet people that will all of a sudden come into your path because they think, wow, she's quite amazing or he's amazing. There's just something about him. Basically, you will be showing that you have discipline. And when people see that there is this discipline, this focus and this drive, you actually are preparing yourself for success. And whatever is meant to come to you will come to you. So that's one of the golden rules to success that I would give to you, is to follow.
Yeah, I love that concept of like doing something that you love to do, because everything is vibration, right? So if I'm doing something that makes me happy, then generally more things to make me happy will come into my experience. Exactly. Because I'm not just wallowing. So I was telling someone yesterday, I said, when I'm sad or when I'm not having a good day, I do my makeup. Like it's the thing, but like I'll do like a full face, smoky eye. Like I do my makeup because it just, not because I feel like I look better necessarily with makeup on, but it makes me feel like I feel like I'm doing something that I like to do, which is, it's creative. I get to play around in my makeup. And yeah, like it just makes me feel a little bit better. Even if I'm not going anywhere, I just do my makeup because it makes me feel good. So definitely would recommend that to people when they're, trying to figure out how to be successful or how to get started. It's just momentum in the right direction, I think, right?
Exactly. Definitely. 100%.
And something else you said, I don't remember the exact words that you said, but I wrote down, like it's really awesome when you can make money by being yourself, because these are things that I love to do. And I am now going to make money based on the things that I enjoy doing instead of, trading dollars for hours. At a 9-to-5 job that you hate. Now, there are some people who love their 9-to-5 job. And, if you love it, then that's great, but you should definitely love it. Like, stop making yourself miserable doing things that you hate doing when literally the world is your oyster and we can do anything that we want to do, but it really does take that discipline. And so those small steps of being disciplined.
Yeah.
Really helps. Super duper great advice. Okay, so tell us what is next for you. Do you have any? Tell us about your programs that you're offering to people. What do you have coming up? Are you launching anything? How can people find you? We want to know. I want them to start.
I keep saying woo like that, but yeah, thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you so much. It's actually quite interesting how I just feel like I've known Tracy all my life. So Tracy's got that,
right, we're like soul sisters on different continents.
Yeah, you've got that warm spirit about you and lively personality. But yeah, so my website is www.queenchomaofficial.com, and what my program that I have been launching and putting out there is my festive success coaching. So I have like a 90-minute session, I have 5 weeks to festive success, and then I have the 3-month living the festive dream coaching program. Now they sound really funny. People might think, oh, what does that mean? But it all goes back to this topic of success, in the sense that I really, really was actually trying to live someone else's dream once upon a time when I was doing my first degree. I was doing a degree in law. And a
little bit about that story, because I think that is really important for people to know. So you started doing something and it made you miserable. So tell us about that.
Honestly, people, this chair is so squeaky. I was doing it. I was doing a degree in law and communications. I did the communications because it was similar to media studies, but the law part, I was doing that because I was trying to be a lawyer. But the thing is, I had no interest in law. I had, oh, thank you. They said great content. Thank you very much, Mitch Jackson, for the great
content. Mitch. I'm going to be tweeting it out, and I'll throw it up on my YouTube channel, so don't worry.
Yeah, so I really just thought that, this degree, I want to make everybody proud of me. This is going to make me look important. When you think it's going to make you look important, right? So, I don't know if anyone can relate to that feeling of like, oh, if I become a doctor, everybody's going to want to. So basically, I did all of that, went for it, and I got to a point where I was going to the lectures. I kept on just write anything, literally scribble anything in the exam and just go. That's how bad it was. I got only 1-2-1 when I was doing my law degree, which is a joke, because I used to, when I was doing my GCSEs, I got really, not like all my GCSEs were very high, but I had like a few A's and B's and so on and so forth. So it was just like, where did this come from? So the thing is, I realized one day that I needed to do something about it, and I just went to see someone and I said, oh, I don't understand why I'm not doing well in my education. And then the woman said to me, okay, so do you like your degree? I said, no. She said, do you want to be a lawyer? I said, no. She said, so, why are you doing this course? And I said, well, because, I want everyone to be proud of me. Like, I want to do this because I make my mum happy, my family happy. They're all going to think, wow, she's a lawyer and I'm Nigerian, and it's just really, really great thing. And basically, I just was like, oh my gosh, I realized there, like I had that kind of moment in my mind where I realized that this wasn't my personal dream and my personal goal. So she said to me, oh, well, if you're not really happy doing it, if you're not really excited, why don't you do something else that you enjoy? Like, what do you enjoy? What do you want to do? I said, oh, I actually like sociology and I like media studies. This is what I really want to do, because I studied media studies, sociology, and performing arts in my A-levels. So I wanted to just do some more of that. And she was like, well, why don't you change your course? I was like, no, it's too late now. I will get kicked out of my house. It's just not going to happen. But she was like, no, maybe you should consider changing your path. And I just was like, no, it can't happen. But then eventually I realized I needed to. So I did. And everything changed for me immediately. So my grades shot up. My first exam, I nearly got like first, and everything just really transformed for me. And I started going to the gym, met lots of friends, everything. It's just basically I was on the wrong path. And when you're on the wrong path, even if it's just a few centimeters to the left or the right, your life will actually become a living misery, basically. And, you're right, Mitch, lawyers are awesome. I think of course they're amazing. And I think accountants are amazing, and doctors, and I think every profession, window cleaners are amazing. But the truth is, we have a path to live. And if you're not on the right path in life, like I feel like we have divine callings, and I felt like I was supposed to be doing something based on my true heart, my true desire, you know, and also what I felt like God wanted me to do. And I knew that I wasn't being authentic with it. I wasn't being authentic. I was doing everything right for the wrong reasons. You can't live your life to please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't live your life to please people. You know, if you want to be, I mean, and another thing is as well, you can do both. If somebody wants to be a doctor, but they also want to be an artist, why not do both? You don't have to necessarily choose. If you love both, you can do both. That's another thing. So yeah, so I realized then, you know, yes, I'm, you know, maybe there's something legal that I have that's good, you know, that I understand, and something does resonate with me in some way when it comes to law, but I knew it wasn't, sociology was better for me. It's not so far off, but it just, you know, when I did the right thing, everything changed. I mean, if I continued down that path, I would have got a third-class degree, and I probably would have been depressed. And, you know, and it was all because I was just trying to look good and make myself look important and things like that. You have to get real with yourself. You have to really, really ask yourself. Because the thing is, let me tell you something. The worst thing about this whole story is I had a friend, and she went through the same thing, but she was studying a different course. But her path actually deteriorated. She got kicked off the course. She couldn't get back on the course. Oh, no. Yeah, and then in the end, she ended up without a degree. You know, so it's not just, oh, you know, I can just manage and get through. I mean, she got kicked off. I was lucky. I was the one that got through, you know, glory to God. I got through, and, you know, I ended up going back and doing a master's in education, and now I'm able to speak at conferences, on television and things like that. But like I said, the truth is, you know, I could have been the girl that did get kicked off the course, and I would have had nothing. Or I would have got the you know, the pass rather than having a 2-1 or even a 2-2 or something. So I definitely think that you can't play. That's why, like I said, I called it Festive Success, my coaching and everything I do on YouTube and everything.
I love, because it sounds like a party.
Yeah, it's like a celebration, because your life should be like that. Your life should be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next great thing that's going to happen. I'm so excited about what I'm doing. And, you know, I feel like I do things that I'm excited about doing, and I feel like everybody should live their festive life and be living their festive dream.
Yeah, doesn't it feel, so I'm working with a client right now, and she's telling me she's so excited about working, and so that's why I'm like, somebody asked me last week, they said, what do you like to do for fun? And I was like, I like to work, because I love my job. Like, I love my job. It wakes me up in the morning. I'm excited to get out of bed. You know, I don't roll out of bed like, oh, I hate, you know, like I love working, because it allows me to meet people like, and, you know, get a chance to network with like-minded people, or being able to help people and then celebrate their successes with them, I think is so much fun. So if you don't like your job, if you don't like working, like, have the courage that, or whatever it is you're doing, if you don't like your school, you don't like where you live, you don't like your course that you're taking, like, have the courage the Queen had to course correct. And like Mitch said, it's never too late. Like, you can course correct at any time, but you have to have the courage to do that, and don't worry about, you know, what other people are saying. Yes, passion keeps you going over the long term. Mitch knows these.
Yes, I agree, Mitch, definitely. Because I remember I went, you know, I did think to myself, oh, maybe, because someone said to me, one of my lecturers said, oh, why don't you just quit university and get a real job? Like, just go and get a job, because you don't seem cut out for it. So I thought, you know, okay, well, maybe I should do that. I went to go and work in a hairdresser. You know, I'm also skilled in hairdressing, so I can do extensions, you know, everything to do with hair. And I used to have like clients, one-on-one clients. I would have like 30 at a go. But the thing is, so I thought, okay, let me go and work in a hairdresser. I'll go to Oxford Street, work in a nice posh one. I went there. It was lovely. But I worked there for one day, and I made up my mind, I am not going to be a hairdresser. That's not for me. Like, even if I do it freelance, but have it as a career, I knew it wasn't me. I went back to university the next day. I was like, I'm sticking with this, you know. So I mean, if it was meant for me, I would have gone down that path. So sometimes it's not always about like necessarily quitting. It could be just altering your path slightly. Maybe you're doing finance, but you should be doing physics. Do you get what I mean? You could just go for your dream. What do you really want to do in life? Stop living somebody else's dream, because one day. Yeah, the truth is, we're all going to die one day, and you don't want to have lived your whole life living for somebody else. And I'm just going to say one thing quickly, Tracy, because I know I keep going. But one one thing that someone said, which I think is so powerful, is the worst day in heaven is to get there and to hear all the great things that God could have done in your life, but you didn't do it because you were afraid, you stayed in something you hated, or you just didn't bother, or you didn't believe, and so on and so forth. You know, you could be living in a city right now or a state that if you just move 2 miles away or 20 miles away, you could be living the dream. But you could keep yourself small, stuck in the little place that you're in. So try and think outside of the box.
Yeah, say yes to your dreams because they matter. You have them for a reason. Like, you've been given your dreams, you've been given your passions, you've been given your gifts, your talents, your treasures, all of those things for a reason. And it's really up to you to make the decision to, you know, use that to be of high level service to the world. And, you know, to make yourself happier. Like, no one wants to live here miserable.
Exactly.
That's not what we're
That's correct.
Okay. So Queen Chioma Official is her website. If you're interested in success coaching and learning more about her, you can read her bio and all those things. And then give us your social media handles so people can find those.
Yeah, you can also find me at Queen Chioma, which is QueenChioma, and you can find me on Instagram with the same handle, and Facebook Queen Chioma Nworgu, which is Nworgu. And I also have a beauty pageant as well for anyone that's into beauty. So yeah, the website is www.uks, so that's U for uniform, K for kettle, S for sugar, dazzlingbeauty.com, or at UK's Daz Beauty on Twitter.
Yippee! And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, I will be sure to put all of her links in the description box below, as well as a little bit more information about Queen, because she's awesome. I love her. So make sure you go follow her. Find her if you can. If you're in the UK, want to get into beauty pageants, or whatever the case is, contact her and she'll throw you in her beauty pageant, which is super awesome. Yeah, so that is everything that I have. Thank you, everybody who's watching. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you.
I will leave the beauty stuff too. Oh, well, congratulations on your beautiful bride. Getting into pageants, then check her out, or interested in my beauty channel. I have a beauty and lifestyle channel on YouTube as well. We're so glad to watch. And again, I'm going to download this, put it up on YouTube probably on Friday. So thanks so much, Queen, for joining me. It was so great to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you to everybody that's here, and everyone watching. Remember what Tracy said. Like, Tracy, I mean, well, just remember not just what she said in this teaching, but just all throughout the whole YouTube, everything she does. You know, she's a walking, living inspiration that you can achieve your dreams if you just go out there, make it happen, and, you know, live a purposeful life and be consistent in all you do, because Tracy is the bomb. And that word's so popular in America, the bomb.
We're gonna get you over here, and I'm gonna go to London too.
Yeah, come to London. Come to London. We would love to have you in London.
I'm planning my trip. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I will let you go and let everybody else go. Take care. Thanks again for joining me.
Bye.
I'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that video. I hope you were able to get some really great nuggets and tips and tricks to help you in your life as you propel yourself onward towards success. All of Queen's information, website, all of her social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff is going to be in the description box below. Please be sure to follow her. She is absolutely amazing. I love her spirit. She's motivational. She's inspirational. She has done this stuff, guys, and she's really been able to make a career out of her passion and what she loves, which is what I always recommend. Now it's time for the giveaway. So Queen recently published her book called Festive Success, 9 Golden Rules for Achieving Your Dreams, Goals, and Aspirations. It's not a very thick book at all, guys. Like, look, it's like such a great read. And it basically talks about her story, and she intertwines that in these 9 steps that you can use practically in order to be successful in life and to achieve all of your hopes and dreams. And I think that it's brilliant. I think reading about how she's done it is really motivating for somebody who wants to do it as well. You know what I mean? So I am going to give one of these to one lucky winner. You can also purchase it on Amazon if you're interested. I'll put that link down below as well. But if you're interested in winning your very own copy, then leave a comment down below letting me know what it is you want to be successful in. So you can say, I want to be successful in school, or I want to be successful as an author. Whatever the case is, I would love to know. And then 2 weeks from today, I will choose a winner. And I will let you guys know that via social media, so please be sure to follow me there. You guys always ask me about books that I'm reading, or what would I recommend for this or for that. This is definitely one of them. I post a lot of that kind of stuff on my social media, like especially Instagram. So if anybody wants to follow me there, then you're welcome to. I do a lot more, you know, motivating, inspirational kinds of posts on social media, and not a ton on YouTube. Just FYI, if you're interested, all my social media handles are in the description box below as well. I hope you guys are having a really awesome day and you learned something new today. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.